Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Monday, July 10th. Here we go again. It's a new week. We're getting near a year of doing this show. It's hard to believe that, but I think we're only about a month shy of that.
Wow.
So, and I'd say the results speak for themselves as far as that being posted.
Yeah, definitely.
They do. All right. So, Doug, I don't even need to add you on Instagram today because we're not doing Instagram today.
Yep.
I'm in a new location. Yet we had timing was just a little off last time because of internet slowness, I think, which made for a strange feeling episode. Mr. Jeffrey, though, put in the Discord that he was still in stitches, so that's good. Even though it was a little awkward, it was still good. Anyway, Doug, how are you doing? You have a good weekend?
I had a good weekend, Matt. I did. I had a very good weekend. You're still at the beach, I guess, right?
Still at the beach. I leave on Wednesday from New York to go to Sweden. Well, Copenhagen first, then Sweden.
Cool. Well, this is kind of a normal week for us. Well, almost. You leave Wednesday, so not at all a normal week. We're gonna be doing today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
And then possibly later in the week, TBD, right?
Yeah, I think we said possibly Friday.
Mm-hmm. And then the following week, I go on a family vacation, so we're gonna be even weirder that week.
Right.
But it's good. It's good to be back on a Monday. Feels good. Kick the week off right.
Yeah, right. Definitely. So what I didn't really do anything this weekend. I'm just like, we're just sort of killing time until I leave. So I did a little bit of work, did some grocery shopping, played a bunch of cards. You know how I said I'm opposed to card games that aren't about money. I've turned a corner on that a little bit. Played a lot of spades.
Nice. Spades, great game.
It is kind of a good
I think
game.
that was one of the ones that I said that I like to play, and you said,
"Oh, it might have been."
No.
Yeah, no,
I would never play that game.
I wouldn't have thought that I would.
Matt Frazier.
Right. If the game is just a name of a suit, I'm just not interested in the game typically. But
you had fun.
I've been enjoying it. Yeah. So I played a long time last night, up too late, playing one game, just lasted forever. So
one game. You have to. Who are you still with? Because you have to have 4 people for spades, right?
Yeah. So we're at my aunt's house, and my mom also lives here sometimes during the summer. Okay. And her boyfriend, my aunt's boyfriend, is also here. He plays a lot. And then 2 of my cousins are living here for the summer as well. So it's a pretty crowded house. Holden's here.
Oh, okay.
So there's plenty of players.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but it's been
a good time. What I did? You know what I had? I had a pretty epic fitness weekend this weekend.
Oh, really? Good. Okay.
Yes. And it started immediately after our team call on Friday afternoon.
Yep.
I left and I hit the pickleball courts.
Yeah.
And played 2 hours of what might have been the most fun I've had in a really long time, and also the most sore-inducing fitness thing I had done in a really long time.
All right, so I've been talking to a bunch of people about pickleball at the beach. It's like this is the year. It just came like a swarm all of a sudden. Pickleball. So I don't remember. I know you and I have talked about it. I don't remember. Had you played before, or was this a
first time? Once? I had played just once, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and no one really knew what they were doing. And so this was what I would say is like my first real like pickleball match.
Okay.
So I was playing somebody who knew the rules. I was playing with my brother-in-law, and he hadn't played much either. But we had watched a bunch of YouTube videos to prep for this.
Yeah. What else? Perfect way to prep for a serious sport.
And he's a big tennis player and a good tennis player. Man, it's so intense. It's so fast. Like when you're playing 1v1, so 1-on-1, it's very fast, and you're just like jetting all over the court. And I think that true pickleball players play a lot of like more skilled soft shots. We were definitely power hitting it because playing the whole tennis, and then also because like we want to be tough, I guess. I don't know, but definitely playing more power shots. And it was just so much fun, and I was so sore. And then as we were about to play our last game, some people showed up and asked if we wanted to play a game of doubles, and I said sure.
And doubles is what from what I gather, doubles is really what pickleball is all about.
Exactly,
not really a singles game. Yeah,
and it's a very different game, right? Because you're not covering nearly as much space. When you're playing doubles, there's really not that much space. You can go right up to the net or right up to the kitchen, the little area before that. And oh man, I just had so much fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised with that. I mean, it's an easy game to like. It just seems like a game you'd be all into. I played it and it was fun. I had a great time doing it when I did a while ago. It's a little bit like ping pong
Yeah.
it feels a little more like a skill than a sport. I know
Mhm.
some people are doing it for fitness, and I think older people who don't maybe get as much activity, fantastic fitness activity. But you know, you're sore from it. You think was it just an intense sport, or you're just not using those same muscles that much?
I think probably not using the same muscles very much
Right.
because there's a lot of like kind of jerking around and like, of course, arm motion.
Yeah.
Um, but 1v1, I mean, it really is like you're running quite a bit. I was dumping sweat. I mean, just absolutely dumping sweat.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a good workout. I think that doubles probably would be a little bit less of that, and especially if you're particularly skilled, then you're probably moving around even less than we were. But very fun, and so that was Friday, and then yesterday went out for a big long run. Training is progressing perfectly.
Yep.
I got in a really solid 10 miles and 2,500 feet of elevation gain. So feeling good about that. I mean, I don't know, just feeling all around
Good.
the good vibes, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a great feeling. Nothing like it when you get those vibes happening. So a bunch of people here said hello, good morning. I somehow lost all the previous comments. I think when I closed my window and came back. But anyway, Kate is here. She says her boss plays every morning now. He's obsessed. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the people who I was talking to in my family who play obsession, like they do what you do, Doug. They watch the YouTube videos of the pickleball tournaments or whatever's going on all the time. It's on all the time. So you can always find a pickleball thing to watch, just like you do with your disc golf. So people are really into it. Emery, this is the same thought I had when you said you were playing with a tennis player. I thought the tennis players hated the pickleball players. I thought that was like surfers or snowboarders and skiers, where the skiers don't like that they're kind of coming in on their turf.
Well, I can tell you from local politics that the tennis players and the pickleball players,
right,
there's some beef there for sure. But I think it all depends on the person, right? But I think that's more around sharing courts than anything else. But
right.
but what was I going to say? Oh, so I think of it as an older person sport, and I'm sure that it is. Like if you looked at the numbers, like the average age would probably be way higher than tennis or most other sports or activities, right?
Yep.
But what was interesting, so there was a group coming in to play right as we were leaving. I didn't know it, but they were like coming in to have their Friday evening pickleball tournament type thing, like just pickup tournament. And definitely half of the people were 45 and under who were showing up. I would not have been out of place with that group. And so that I mean, makes you think that maybe it's trending downward.
Yeah.
Pickleball, Kate says pickleball is very noisy. It is very noisy. I would not want to live next to a pickleball court. I don't think. You just hear it all the time.
Wasn't there some stat, Doug? I guess we didn't say it on the show. Maybe someone talked about it at the beach. It was like last week. It was in the news that there was some statistic. I think maybe it was a spending thing or something was happening with an above 65 plus crowd, and they eventually attributed it to pickleball. That was what was it? It
was healthcare, like injuries.
Oh yeah, right. The injuries happened.
getting injured. Yeah.
So is that good then? I guess long term it'll help people be healthier, but in the short term you're gonna have increased injuries.
I mean, I can see like if you don't move all that much, they're like moving back and forth and kind of side to side. Like I bet people fall over and hurt themselves all the time.
My aunt's boyfriend who has played every day since we've been here and always invites us to go. I haven't said yes, but
well, you got to say yes. Today's the day, Matt.
I think he's already out playing. I don't know. I think I missed my chance.
Tomorrow's the day, Matt.
Anyway, he just had a cast taken off of his leg because he rolled his ankle during pickleball. So perfect example of that happening. I managed to get some workouts in. I joined a gym here for 1 week, and I've been doing a good job. Yesterday was a big day for me. But here's an interesting stat, Doug, that I read. Not a stat, interesting idea that I read in that book that your mother discovered. Ultra Processed People. Good book. Great read if you're interested in that. He says no study has ever shown that exercise helps people lose weight. And I heard this before from somewhere else. There is zero correlation between, I shouldn't say correlation, causation between exercise and weight loss.
Okay.
And
help me understand that.
It's puzzling, right? It seems like impossible. But so there's not much. I mean, you can put a lot of theory behind it and guess as to what the reasons are, but that's just what the data says, right? So there's not really much to understand there. It's just that there aren't studies that show that it helps people lose weight. there's nothing that would demonstrate and make you say, wow.
I don't understand how that's possible.
I know, right? So it's not, but
There have to be studies that show that exerting more energy and burning more calories helps you lose weight.
Well,
right?
here's where the questions then start to come in are about that. Like, so don't people who exercise lose more calories? Here's the fascinating thing, and this is from the book, and I haven't heard this elsewhere, but he said you look at the these different tribes and populations or whatever they're called, hunter-gatherer types that still exist in pockets of the world, and some of them do 2.5 hours of vigorous exercise per day. They have some sophisticated way to actually measure the caloric expenditure, right? Which doesn't mean put an Oura ring on or a Whoop, because those are just guessing based on movement. But they do something with what they call heavy water molecules, and they add an extra hydrogen or oxygen ion. Somehow they can track your rates of actual caloric expenditure. And what they found is suburban people who are sedentary are burning the same amount of calories in a day as people who do that, 2.5 hours of vigorous exercise per day. Same amount of caloric burn is happening. And the reason that it happens, the theory is that people who exercise more like that, their body will make up for that lost calories. It's an evolutionary mechanism. The body wants to hang on to calories. If it sees that you're doing a lot of exercise, it's, the tendency, the evolved pattern is that we will then either be more sedentary later, you'll take a nap later, you'll do fewer things in the rest of the day. And if you don't do that, it's your internal processes actually slow down, and they are the reason for your body making up for those extra burn calories by burning less. And that's why it's thought that exercise helps people with long-term health, because it does give your body's processes chances to stop and repair and rest that you otherwise might not be getting. But in terms of actual weight change, doesn't necessarily happen, or doesn't happen. The data shows. So it's crazy. What he didn't mention this, but like it would turn fat into muscle, or you build more muscle, right? So you can change your body composition and perhaps look better in the short term, but that doesn't mean that you're actually going to weigh less. So I think it's fascinating. It's one less reason to go outside and exercise, in my opinion. Not to mention malaria. Second reason not to do that now.
Malaria?
Yeah, there's 7 malaria cases found in the U.S. And guess where you get them? Mosquito bites, which happen, guess where? Outside, not inside typically. So I'm staying indoors this summer for the most part.
Oh my God. Malaria is no joke though.
No, it's not a joke.
But so I can't quite wrap my head around this. So I mean, even the person who's sedentary, if they then move for an hour and they go back to being sedentary, right? Like they're still you're saying they're not going to burn any more calories,
right? That over time, I mean, I don't know, and it's not necessarily like in a given day. It's more about long-term pattern, right? Like your body that day, yes, you might have lost more calories because if you run the entire day, ultramarathon day, you're going to burn more calories that day, obviously, than if you didn't. But in the week or month, your body will make up for that time or those calories with something. And this is just a theory, right? I don't know if this is true. This is what they are trying to explain the fact that the data doesn't show that people who exercise burn more calories. I don't know. Fascinating.
Very interesting. I don't quite get it. It's not clicking for me yet. So.
I mean, but there is nothing to click. It's really just like the data shows that they don't lose more weight by exercising. Yeah. So then all the stuff is like, what's the theory? How could that be? And people trying to explain it, but I don't think there's any explanation. But I have found, this is silly as it sounds, I suddenly have less motivation to exercise because of that. Like, it's like now it's just a long-term thing instead of like short-term gain of like, get ripped.
Well, but you just said your body composition is real.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. It does. And that's what I need to keep in mind, that there is a short-term benefit. You will look and feel better.
You're looking mighty jacked in that shirt, by the way, I should say.
Thank you. My must have coffee shirt.
Yeah.
I've been hitting the gym. I've been trying to do that. You know what I want to do? I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm doing that. I'm going to keep going to the gym, and I want to do a lot of walking. And I selected a walking article, which we may or may not get to today. Once this malaria thing is done, I think a daily walk is the habit I need. That's where I need to get my aerobic thing, and a vigorous walk. I think lifting and walking is where it's at, maybe.
Are you really worried about malaria? Is that a joke?
I'm not worried about malaria, but it is in the news, and I'm tracking it. It's like in the early COVID days when it's like it's on the radar.
Okay. I mean, because if you get malaria and you treat it properly,
Okay.
I mean, it's not good, right? And you don't want it to go untreated. But the reason it kills so many people and it's so catastrophic towards certain pockets of the world is they don't have the proper treatment.
Oh, okay. So in a developed country, we're probably fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Mr. Jeffrey says I should go tell everyone at the temporary gym about all this. I should do that. I should make a little pamphlet and hand it out at the gym to help people understand that they will not lose weight doing this.
I should clarify it because it's gonna bother me if I don't. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. If you get malaria, then I'm not gonna. Then it could be very bad. I'm not gonna say it's not bad for anybody. But
Kate says M West Nile virus. I guess that's also happening. So
oh my god,
end of days maybe is upon us. It's possible.
well, that is very true.
Here we go. We have proof, definitive proof. Carmen Petty says, when I do long distance training, my weight doesn't change at all. So, what more?
But that could be because you're eating more, right? I mean, I mean that happens to me. Although I do think I'm actually losing.
But that actually would be another explanation, right? Why exercise? How to explain the data that shows that exercise doesn't help people lose weight? It could be that your body then just eats more food, and you're naturally going to be hungrier, and you're going to eat more.
Yeah, but you can control that part. I mean, you can control all of it, but
maybe. According to this book, this guy's main thesis is basically you can't control stuff. That the eating stuff, the overweight stuff, in the face of this processed food environment that we are in, not just the foods itself, but the marketing around and everything. He said you basically don't have control of what you do. If you're not an overeater, you're lucky. Basically, you got good genes, and you just for whatever reason have avoided it. But the telling people that willpower your way out of this is just not going to work.
Mr. Jeffrey says he lost 20 pounds when he was training for Mendocino, and he was eating way more.
So there you go. We got N equals 1 on the opposite side as well.
There you go. Hey, I want to give a shout out.
Okay, do it.
Friend of the show, Rachel Dom.
Yes. Yep.
Founder of Rooted Living, the granola company.
Mm-hmm. She's been on the show a couple times.
Been on the show a few times. Came and talked to us about her experience at the Women's Vegan Fest? Women's
Vegan Summit or something like that.
Summit?
Yeah.
Well, she sent us some. I don't know if you got yours. You've been traveling a lot.
Yeah, I don't have it now. I don't know if it arrived or not.
But I got it, and it was delicious. This is my first time trying it. They sent a couple different of the flavors. Beautiful, beautiful packaging, biodegradable, compostable.
That's the big thing, right? Is all the stuff's biodegradable, all the packaging, and is that the main differentiator
between them and other granola?
I thought there was. I mean, this is not a good ad for Rooted Living, unfortunately, but I thought they had. I just thought the environmental stuff. I thought there was a whole part of their market.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but definitely.
I think it's the packaging. I think she always complains about the packaging and advertises that theirs is good when she's on here.
Yeah, well, definitely, and it was good. I had right now I'm working my way through the maple almond granola, putting it into. I had it in oatmeal this morning. Absolutely delicious. I've been snacking on it. I've been putting it in stuff. So if you're in the hunt for some granola, check out Rooted Living. Rachel's great, and so is the granola.
Has she told us, can you get it in Whole Foods and things like that, or is it all online purchases?
I'm looking at the website now. There is a store locator. So there are certain things you can get it in. Be Good. It looks like kind of smaller stores right now.
Nice. Good.
But yeah, very cool.
Good. Well, I look forward to trying it when I'm home. Perfect cheat day meal, not slow carb approved, I'm sure, but that's okay. Slow carb is not necessarily the end all be all healthy eating long term anyway. Just something I'm doing right now, which by the way is working really well. Having being on vacation, having a little bit of a plan, and totally going off it all the time. But at least when I'm home and there's nothing weird going on, I can at least still make a healthy meal and not a diet approved meal. And it's been a good thing for me, which is weird because I'm not a dieter. I haven't been a dieter in a decade, more than a decade. So it's just different to feel somewhat restricted, but it's been really good for being away from your house. It just makes me do a little better, I think.
What was the last one you did? The fruitarian?
I mean, yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I tried the Longo Mediterranean thing for the past 2 months, but that was what I was eating anyway, so it wasn't hard.
But you did. What was the thing you're doing where you were juicing?
Yeah, I kind of did. That was called Warrior Diet. Yeah. I was. It was just, but I was so, I don't know. I wasn't listening. If I didn't feel like it, I just didn't do it that day. It was just sort of whatever.
Jacob Leatherwood asks, what does low carb vegan look like? It's slow carb.
Yes,
right?
it's slow carb, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Low carb.
What's the 15-second version?
Every meal you eat beans, vegetables, and some form of protein. Protein's the hardest part. For me, it's usually tofu. Every now and then I'll do a vegan meat. And sometimes I'll do a vegan protein powder. So that's what your meals are: 3 to 4 of them per day. One eat whatever you want day per week, and that's really it. And it's been good. So the thing is, it's nice to have a little meal structure that I can sort of hold up against everything else. So if I'm, if I eat a pasta meal, I feel like, well, that was okay, but it wasn't really the ideal diet meal. And so if I'm home and there's no distractions, I can eat some sauerkraut, some refried beans, and a vegan sausage, and it feels like it's pretty good. Not the Beyond sausage, not those bad things, but tofurkey, tofu, wheat gluten. That's what I'm okay with.
Anyway, what I haven't had since 4th of July is any sort of vegan meal.
Because you had nothing.
I had so much, so many of those hot dogs,
Oh, that's good. It's how we're supposed to eat, I think. Feast and then famine for a little while.
I would not call it famine. My air fried tofu last night.
Right. Oh man, air fried tofu. That's a good healthy food. That's easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our show here before we run out of time.
Okay. The weather report.
We have a weather report. No music again, as always. But here we go. July 10th, Monday, plant-based morning show weather report. One of our favorite chains, Taco Bell, in the UK, has launched plant-based protein at all 132 of their restaurants. They say they're targeting the country's growing flexitarian population. This particular plant meat that they made is made from peas and other legumes using their bold seasoning. No upcharge at all. You can get it wherever you want or on whatever things you want. It's also part of the Taco Tuesday deals where you can get a taco and regular drink for £2. So that's kind of cool. They do point out it's not vegan, it's plant-based because there's cross-contamination concerns there when the employees will handle different things. But good for Taco Bell. Continue with Burger King to be my favorite progressive fast food chain as far as experimenting with vegan options.
And there was some bad Taco Bell news that I was surprised you didn't want to talk about.
What was it? No, I didn't hear about it.
You saw it in the Discord, I think. The link about the refried beans.
Bianca. Yeah, she said, what was it? That the refried beans are like terribly processed?
Yes, yeah.
That's too bad. I don't eat those. I just get the black beans.
Okay, all right.
But Holden, when he goes, that's his order, is the refried bean burritos. So that's that's not great. UPF, ultra processed food, it's everywhere. I'm telling you.
Even at Taco Bell. Who would have thought, man?
Right.
Mind blown.
Even Taco Bell, not immune to ultra processed food. All right. Billie Eilish, everyone's favorite vegan singer, has called out in a new interview the horrendous industry of animal agriculture. This is according to Plant-Based News. The interview was with Burla Mundi backstage at the recent Power Our Planet event in Paris. And here's what Billie Eilish said. So Mundi asked her for one particular message about climate change. And Billie Eilish said, the most important thing you can do is changing what's on your plate and what you're eating. Trying to end animal agriculture and eating a more plant-based diet is really, really important. You have absolutely no idea how absolutely horrendous it is for the environment, for the world, for animals. It's really bad. So that's great.
Yeah.
Doug, how many Billie Eilish songs do you think I could name if I had to name them?
I bet 0.
Is there one called Bad Boy or something? Like Bad Girl?
Blood. I think it's Bad Blood, maybe.
Bad Blood? I don't think you can name it either. Is it bad? I swear I thought it was Bad Girl or something.
It might be Bad Girl.
Bad Boy.
Yeah, let's see here. Bad Guy.
Bad Guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would have been the only one I could have named.
I don't know. Taylor Swift is Bad Blood. You know, you got bad blood.
All right. So neither of us could do that. But
I bet I could sing. I bet I could sing the chorus of a couple of her songs if they were playing.
I don't. By no means am I up on the latest pop trends, right? We all know that. But I can't even ever hum back or think of a Billie Eilish song because I don't think any of them have catchy melodies at all. Is there a genre of music just like the kind you don't remember and can't hum back?
I think that's what it's called, actually. The forgettable.
But for such a superstar, because I hear about her all the time, and it's not just because of the vegan
sing along to her songs.
I guess you can. For some reason, they haven't jumped out at me.
It's a very unique sound.
Olivia Rodrigo, I know exactly what those songs are, and if I hear them, I'm like, that's Olivia. But I can't think of hearing a Billie Eilish song because I just don't know what they are.
I bet you could. I bet if they came on, I bet you could sing along to them.
All right. Well, she's vegan. She's been vegan, I think, since she was like 13. Her mother also is involved with either she's vegan or close to it. So they're doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
And
we
she
worked
seems
with
like
her mom a little
she's
bit.
one of these stars who you actually trust. She doesn't seem like just Instagram influencer type or even pop star who just like flash in the pan kind of
Mm-hmm.
do the new hot thing. I think she's legit as far as her
No,
stuff.
I think she's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a super fan of her music, but I think that her as a pop star, I think she's the right kind of pop star.
Good. All right. Well, not quite as big a stage as what's this ping pong thing you're playing called now? Pickleball. As pickleball, Wimbledon is underway, and Novak Djokovic, everyone's favorite vegan-ish athlete. He won't call himself vegan, but he eats a plant-based diet. No, it's not really known, I think, what he eats that isn't vegan, but he stays away from the term because of lots of obvious reasons. You start saying that, and then I guess you get scrutinized. Anyway, he's playing today against a 17 seed. He was playing yesterday, but he got suspended by curfew at 11 p.m. in the quarterfinals. I don't know the 17 seed player's name, but Djokovic was up 2 sets to love, I guess. And he's trying to win his 5th straight. He's not lost at Wimbledon, not lost a match there since 2017. So that is
Wow.
that is dominance
That's crazy.
on a very high level. Great to see that from a plant-based athlete. So let's keep rooting for him. I think people don't like him that much for some reason. I know he wouldn't get vaccinated, so he couldn't play in certain tournaments. But I think he's maybe just like an outspoken kind of guy. I really don't know. I just think people don't like him.
Yeah. I think he's done some things to alienate some communities, but
Anne-Marie says he won. It's already over.
I already won. Okay, it's finished this morning. There you go.
And Kate says he's a nut.
You know, I heard Wimbledon is doing like an incredible job at keeping it into the 21st century, keeping it into 2023. They're bringing in all this AI and all this like interactive stuff for the audience for such a like simple old sport,
right?
You know, that probably has a ton of tradition. I guess apparently they're doing a really good job of like.
What kind of AI are they doing? Like line judgments?
Yeah, line judgments, but it like in the big screen, there's just all this kind of. I don't really know how I don't. That's all I know. All I know is that they're getting a lot of praise for keeping up with the times.
Good for them. Remember that story about the bald dogs they were trying to train, and then,
I forgot about that.
They wouldn't give the ball back. Was that the problem?
Oh, that was so funny. I forgot about that. Oh man.
All right,
I've been doing this show for a long time.
I know, right? I mean, was that Wimbledon? Maybe that was Serena Williams U.S. Open or something. Because Serena Williams was an early hot topic on our show. Okay, plant-based meat company Heura, I think is the name of it in Spanish. It's spelled like Heura, Heura. They've collaborated with schools across the Iberian Peninsula. That's Spain and Portugal, to you and me, Doug, to bring more plant-based meat to the diets of school children. 450 schools, and they're putting their meat into the schools. So it's good. This is still UPF, still ultra processed food, but it's not meat, and that's good for animals. And I think it's probably good for people for the most part. Don't know for sure because I don't know what kind of meat they're using, and who knows. But a good move. 30% of Spanish people call themselves flexitarian. 6% say they're vegan. That sounds like pretty similar to U.S. numbers, which is surprising to me because I think Spain is like such a meat-eating country. So I guess it's good that that's happening, right?
Yeah.
And then bad news for several businesses that we talk about on the show fairly often. Cracker Barrel has reported 3.2% decline in customer traffic during April and May, while menu prices are up by almost 9% compared to last year.
Yikes!
People apparently are not complaining about the prices when they go into the restaurant and this country store, but they're not going as much. So
they're not complaining, are they?
They're not. No, they said that they're not. People are still spending the money when they get there, people are not. They're not submitting complaints that say the prices are too high, but they're just not going anymore. And maybe because the Impossible Sausage started to undermine the customer base, we saw there was a big backlash when they added that to their menu. So maybe people are just starting to think Cracker Barrel has gone woke and they're not interested anymore.
Could be, or they just everything is so dang expensive right now. They're just trying to eat out less.
It's very, very likely it's that, and that's what the company was saying. Chipotle, little did I know, or many people, that they invested in a place called Pizzeria Locale, a Colorado-based pizzeria. In 2013, they opened more stores in 2018, or between then and 2018. Then they started closing things outside of Colorado. Now, finally, they're done. They're shuttering all the remaining locations that are currently in Denver. That's the only place they're left. So Chipotle's pizza experiment is no more. And finally, Disney World, supposed to be like the busiest weekend of year, July 4th, down 30% as far as wait times go for rides this 4th of July, and several other indicators. I don't think this is official stats. It's just from different Disney fan sites. But massive drop off in traffic there for some reason. And I guess it happened in May as well. So people were wondering what is up. Again, you have to wonder if it's politically motivated, if it's the Bud Light crowd and all that. I have no idea, but it could also be expensive flights, Disney's, expensive hot weather. I don't know. Why would you want to go there for the flight? That's the other
why would you want to go there for the flight? That's a great question.
So
yeah, I mean, it could be all the. I mean, do you think that people are not going to Disney because of all the political stuff?
I don't know. It'd be hard if you were like a Disney family.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really hard to let that stuff get in the way of fun for the kids. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure some people aren't, but I can't imagine it's a big number.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Disney's a good vegan friendly company. All the restaurants have a vegan option for the most part. So I still root for them. I don't know much about the political thing, but I don't know.
Mr. Jeffrey wants to know, did you call it Crackle Barrel? And then I missed it because
no, I didn't try to say Crackle Barrel. I know Doug's saying that. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think Crackle Barrel makes more sense than Cracker Barrel. I don't know why, but it rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
It does kind of roll off the tongue.
Have you seen I've seen this new trend on Instagram of people taking staged old photos of them in front of a hay barrel or something, and then making it black and white and putting it in an old looking frame and then putting it up on the Cracker Barrel wall and just adding themselves to the decor.
No, I haven't heard that.
I've seen 3 or 4 of them, and it's really funny. They just go and eat there, and then just bring a nail or something and put it.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, so that's our weather report. I think we have time for one article. Do you want to do best vegan Trader Joe's products? This is VegNews.
Let's do that one.
Okay. So I noticed this the other day because I saw VegNews. I mean, this was 2 weeks ago, and it said vote for your favorites. So I clicked on it. So I want to see if Plant-Based Morning Show made it into their nominees. Because every now and then,
on the blacklist. I don't know.
Right, it's possible. They do keep republishing that podcast you got to go listen to now or whatever. Because they refresh stuff and then republish it, and we keep staying on that list. So we have not been blacklisted yet. I don't know why. I mean, we give them a ton of traffic. I think we treat them fairly. Yeah. I think we even give them helpful tips, help them improve, right? Not tips like we know more than they do, but I think we give them a little audience insight. We're research for them, right? You get commentary, what the audience is thinking when they read stuff. Anyway,
and we love Tanya.
Yes, we do love Tanya. So this is what it was that I clicked on was actually we were not nominated. We were not nominated because it's about Trader Joe's products. It was the best vegan Trader Joe's products of all time. And they had all these different categories and people were voting. I don't know if Trader Joe's was involved in the sponsorship or if it was just them wanting to do Trader Joe's content. But anyway, the results are in, and the 18 best products of all time, one in each category, are out. I don't know if we want to go through all of them. Maybe we do.
Yeah.
Let's just start and see what happens. All right, best vegan milk. And by the way, these don't have to be Trader Joe's brand products. They just have to be products sold in Trader Joe's. Okay. So number 1, best vegan milk. Non-dairy oat beverage. That's the name of the product. Non-dairy oat beverage. Interesting that they're not calling it oat milk. I don't understand. We've talked about that controversy all the time, but the Trader Joe's brand, they're just going with non-dairy oat beverage, and people like it because they voted for it as the best vegan milk. I don't know what the competition is.
We get this. I think it's the best oat milk frothable.
Wow.
Oat milk.
Oh, you do get this?
Yes. Not all the time, but anytime we go to Trader Joe's, we get it. And yes, I think it froths the best for a latte.
Does it have added sugar?
I think we I don't know. I don't know. Probably.
Okay. All right. Well, one they show doesn't say no added sugar, but I don't know. Maybe they have different varieties. Okay. Well, froth's the best. Good.
Only oats and water, nothing else, says Anne-Marie.
Oh, nice. Okay. Perfect. I had an oat milk latte the other day, and it was very good. I think oat milk and coffee is a pretty good choice.
You didn't go to Starbucks, did you?
No. Well, I did get one at Starbucks, actually. But then I went and got another one at a local shop.
There you go. Good for you, man.
Yeah. I do what I can, Doug. I'm always looking out for the little guy.
Yeah.
All right. Best vegan cheese. I can't believe I haven't had this yet. Boursin dairy-free garlic and herbs. So Boursin cheese I used to think was like the best cheese in the world before it was vegan, before they had a vegan version. And like it's in a package, it's in like a little container, like a hummus container, and you go get it in that little part of the grocery store where all those cheeses are lined up around,
Yep.
some sort of circle. That's where it used to be. I thought it was great. It was expensive. But anyway, they make a vegan version now.
Huh.
And for some reason I've never gone and had it. They it says made with the guidance of the vegan cheese experts that follow your heart. I thought it was like using the precision fermentation or something. Because this company that does this stuff, which I think is Bell, they were into all that. So I don't know, but people say it's great. So I need to give this a try.
Yeah, I've never even seen it. Gotta try it.
Okay,
sounds good.
Well, yeah, check it out. And I don't know what Boards and Cheese. I guess it's just a brand. It just has a unique flavor that I've never been able to explain or knew what it was. I thought it was actually like a type of cheese, but I guess it's just a brand. All right, number 3, best vegan dairy staple: sweet rose coconut whipped topping. Doug, do you have this article pulled up, by the way? Oh, good.
Yep,
okay.
I've got it. Yep,
this is a very visual forward article. I don't know if I've gotten this one. I've definitely gotten coconut whipped topping before, and I think it from Trader Joe's, and it tastes same as regular whipped cream used to. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm talking like once a year. Maybe you get this for when you're having ice cream sundaes for some special treat or something like that. This would be like not even in consideration for a staple in my opinion.
It's not really a staple. You're right. You don't want to just stock this in the fridge and just go do. I guess it wouldn't be called a whippet, but you don't want to go just put this in your mouth every time you go open the fridge.
I mean, you could, and then that's fine.
It's nitrous oxide. What makes whippets do what they do?
Probably sounds right.
So I wonder if they keep that in there.
I don't know.
I don't either. If so, you know what I'm doing after this.
Bad joke.
Well, the dentist has gotten me hooked on. No, not gotten me hooked on it. The dentist made me a fan of nitrous oxide because it makes the dentist way more pleasurable. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, you're just gonna show up with like five bottles of coconut whipped topping every time you go to the dentist.
No, they supply it even for a regular teeth cleaning.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
huh.
It's great.
Okay.
All right, best vegan snack. I like this one: chili and lime flavored rolled corn tortilla chips. You had these, Doug?
No.
So I mean,
I'm a plain old
right. That's right.
Unflavored tortilla.
It is so weird. We have this role reversal when it comes to tortilla chips. Your favorite food. Usually, I don't like the toppings and the flavors, but when it comes to this, I think Takis are a fantastic snack, other than being terribly processed and junk, fake stuff in them. But Takis are vegan. At least the main regular flavor is. Not all of them.
Okay.
But this is like Trader Joe's Takis, and they have more natural things in them. They don't have the fake food colorings and stuff. They're not quite the same taste, but they're pretty similar. And I think what they say here is true, that compared to the Takis, you can taste the stone ground corn masa flavor more in this Trader Joe's brand. So
I'm willing to give that a try.
You should. And you should also give regular Takis a try, just to know what they like.
Okay.
These are one of those foods actually that gets to my teeth. I guess they have sugar and acid in them. So eventually my teeth will start hurting. So I can't eat them.
So you got to get the corn tortillas along with the nitrous oxide, along with the coconut whip, and be ready. All right.
Yes, that's right. All right. Best vegan nut and fruit snack is Happy Trekking almonds, cashews, pistachios, chocolate, cranberries, and cherries. Doug, you ever get this for your outdoor adventures?
Every time we're at Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah?
I love this mix. It's so good.
I'm sure it is pretty good because chocolate and cranberries or cherries and nuts is always good. I've had that sort of mix from Whole Foods before, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And salt, of course. All right. Best vegan meat: soy chorizo and high protein super firm organic tofu. They tied. This soy chorizo is like a cult favorite there. I've definitely had it. I don't know if I've ever bought it. Maybe I did once. It's like crumbly hot sauce. It's Mexican chorizo, and it's tasty. I think it's textured vegetable protein. Textured soy protein is the ingredient, and then contrast that with good old organic tofu, super firm. Very opposite ingredients there, opposite types of protein sources.
Right.
But good to see them both there. Both are soy. Yeah.
So it says high protein. Is that just tofu, or are they somehow adding protein to this or something?
I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe is there a amount of calories you need to have in order to say high protein, amount of percent protein? I do know that super firm tofu, and here I guess this is super more than extra firm tofu. The more firm the tofu, the higher the protein amount per serving, because it's just less water and more material, more packed. Yeah. So everything goes up, but so does the protein. Yeah. So That's, I don't know. If you're looking for protein, get super firm or extra firm or whatever. Anyway, I'm on a tofu kick now because of this slow carb diet. Sounds like you are too.
Yeah.
Just good old
Oh, yeah.
tofu, little sprinkle of salt, maybe oil or not, and then put it in the oven or the air fryer, and you get a snack. You can just eat it all day.
Oh.
All right. Best vegan ready to eat meal: peanut udon noodle salad. Does that mean anything to you, Doug? Have you ever had that?
Not from Trader Joe's. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, it does. Best frozen meal: vegan tikka masala with cumin rice. See, this sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, I love this. This is my favorite thing at Trader Joe's.
You've had this before. I think I remember you talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's seitan. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I'd like to get one of these.
I mean, it's very simple, and you need something else with it, like a salad or a piece of bread or something, because it's
no
not very
vegetables
big.
in there, really, right?
No vegetables. But oh man, is it good? And well, for both babies, both babies, we would do a Trader Joe's run where we'd stock up on frozen meals and got like 50 of these. I'm not even joking. Like filled the freezer with these things during those first 6 weeks or whatever that you're
right.
You don't want to cook.
Well, at least this so far is the thing I'm most excited to go get. So I'll do this. It also says that the meaty chunks of seitan are infused with onions and an ancient grain flour mix of Khorasan wheat, amaranth, millet, and quinoa, all in the vegan meat things. I guess.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Best vegan frozen staple: Thai vegetable gyoza. Is that how you say the word? Okay. I've had these before, and I thought they're pretty good. They taste exactly like you would expect. The store-bought pan-fried dumpling kind of thing. Or you can steam them.
Yeah.
All right. This seems pretty good. Number 10. Best vegan condiment: crunchy chili onion. It just looks like one of those hot, chile de árbol kind of sauces you see where it looks like a lot of oil and chili peppers, but I guess there's crunchy onion in here too. Yeah, nothing not to like about this. Garlic, chili peppers, olive oil, toasted dried onions. This seems like a condiment worth getting to me.
Yeah. Never had it, but it looks good.
Yeah. All right, number 11. Best vegan dip or spread is the vegan kale, cashew, and basil pesto. I had this very thing last night, believe it or not, with a pesto. My mom made pesto pasta and green beans. I loaded up on white beans as well, just to make it a little bit more slow carb. But did eat some pasta with it. But anyway, this is a great pesto.
It is great. Yep. Love this. Best store-bought pesto, I think.
Right. And you would think I'm just trying to look here. So basil is a higher on the ingredient list than kale, I think. It's very hard for me to read this small.
No, it says kale ingredients: kale, olive oil blend.
Oh, kale's the first thing. Okay, great.
Water, basil, cashew, butter.
Yeah. So that makes an even stronger case. Because you see this, I would assume it just can't be that good. You assume if it's based on kale instead of basil, which is like the classic pesto ingredient, you would think it can't be that good. But if it has kale number one ingredient, that's even more to love. All right. Trader Joe's everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. That's the best vegan sprinkle or spice. Number 12. I've had this because Erin makes sourdough crackers sometimes with the leftover starter. You can just like use it and make, I don't know what she adds to it, but basically crackers based on just the starter. But then she sprinkles this on top to make them like little everything bagels, and they're really good.
We put this one, or I put this on avocado toast.
Yeah, I could see that being good. I'm surprised it took so long for everything seasoning to take off, because everything bagels have been around forever, and they were always so good. So I'm surprised that only recently do I start hearing about this idea. All right, best vegan ice cream: Hold the Dairy mini coconut non-dairy frozen dessert cones. Doug, you into these?
I had these for the first time a couple months ago, and they were very good. I've only had them that one time, but I was impressed. And they're like tiny, and they're perfect for kids, or like a little.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this. Did you eat like 5 of them or something?
I did have a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't know if it was 5, but I think I had like maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, I'm a fan of these.
I'm pretty surprised so far at how many of these products we are familiar with, because I don't go to Trader Joe's that often.
Neither do I, but
but we've had almost all these things. So I guess they got it right. The readers got it right here. These are the hits. All right, next one. Best vegan candy: dark chocolate sunflower seed butter cups. This so far, this is the least appealing to me of all the things we've yet read. I don't really like sunflower seed butter that much.
Neither do I. I've had these, and they don't taste like the traditional sunflower butter.
Okay. So they're better?
They're good. They're better. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think I would like just have to grab them off the shelf. The tikka masala, I'm doing that. Everything bagel seasoning,
right.
Doing that. These I'm not doing that, but they're good. if you're looking for something like that.
All right, good. All right, almost done here. Best vegan cookie, maple leaf cookies. This would be a Mr. Jeffrey special, I guess. Yeah, I've never heard of this, but they're Canadian inspired, I guess, because they're maple leaves, and they have maple syrup infused cream filling that happens to be vegan. I'm sure these are good. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good cookie to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sounds like the vanilla Oreos.
They do, yeah,
but maple flavored. All right, 16, best vegan beverage, GT's kombucha. This is like the classic kombucha brand that you see everywhere.
Synergy.
I don't drink kombucha anymore. Just out. I'm just not in on it anymore.
Because you're gonna die or something?
No, if I wouldn't drink or brew homebrewed kombucha for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I mostly just think it's sugar and a bunch of BS about fermented foods and all that. Yeah, it's just a ton of sugar. I mean, it's just too much sugar to eat. Maybe that's not fair to say about all kombuchas. I'm sure there are some that don't have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how that made me feel. I think because they have like a tiny amount of alcohol, and I would drink them in the middle of the day. I don't know. I just felt weird after drinking them. No, I don't mind alcohol, but I don't know. It's always weird.
You think it was the tiny amount of the alcohol?
I don't know.
The 9 billion living probiotics.
It could have been that. I was trying to come up with what it might be, but
I'm gonna guess
it could be 9
billion. 9 billion living probiotics.
I thought alcohol killed all bacteria.
I don't know, but yeah, I know that didn't make sense because I mean, any sort of fermented,
right? Anything fermented would have a little bit, I guess. All right, best vegan holiday product: breaded turkey-less stuffed roast with gravy. I don't think I've had this. We did do like a roast review around Thanksgiving, and I don't remember if this was on there or not. I don't think I've had this brand.
I haven't either.
These things are good. I mean, I like them usually.
Yeah.
All right, and last one, I also had this recently. Best vegan product ever.
Just in the history of ever.
Vegan spinach and cashew ravioli. I mean, it was okay. I had it a couple nights ago, and my mom, I guess, went to Trader Joe's, and that's why we had this stuff. But yeah, it was fine. I mean, we didn't have any special sauce on it or anything. Maybe it would have been good with that
pesto. Yeah,
that could have been good. I mean, they tasted exactly like you'd expect. Not like heavenly, but just pretty good ravioli for being vegan. There's no cheese in there, so it's cashew cheese. Yeah, I mean, they were good, but I'm just surprised it's the best product ever. That's just shocking to me.
I was this weekend. I was looking all over Ingles for a quick meal, and my mind was thinking about something like this, and looked everywhere: frozen, non-frozen, fresh. Could not find any stuffed raviolis that were vegan. No.
I feel like every now and then I've done that thing and I've found them, because it is good for like a meal that if you just don't want to make anything that night.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to boil water and that's it, and then you put them in and that's it. I mean, they exist for sure, but I don't know what the brands are.
Yeah, I think I've gotten them at Ingles before, and either they were out or just didn't have them. I don't know.
So what'd you end up doing? You were looking for food that very night?
I was looking for food that very night, and I'm trying to remember what we did instead. Could have been a frozen pizza.
I had a frozen pizza yesterday. OG, that OGGI brand that has
what we had,
cauliflower crust, Impossible sausage.
Yep.
Yeah, and all that gross vegan cheese, which I just ate up yesterday.
It was good.
It's
good, man. It was very good. Those pizzas are good.
Yeah, they're really good. And weren't you a doubter when I told you the cauliflower crust was good?
Yeah, I was. I'm a huge poo-pooer of trying to combine too much of the healthy stuff.
Yeah, I know, but that one works.
I actually didn't even know that it was cauliflower crust. He said just now.
Yeah, I think they all are. I mean, it's possible you have one that wasn't, but I think those things are all cauliflower crust. So I think that makes it a gluten-free vegan pizza, which is even more surprising. It could be that good.
But
anyway, yeah. So Mr. Jeffrey says he heard those cookies are great, but unreasonably sweet. So that's not good.
I'd like to know if anybody has something that they thought would be on the list.
Yeah, what missed it? Mr. Jeffrey says maybe Rachel will oust this one soon. I think he's talking about the one that was the best vegan product ever.
No, the trail mix. The
hers will be there in place of that, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, could be a good one. Don't they have like a veggie like stir fry or fried not stir fry, fried rice, veggie fried rice?
Yeah, they do have that.
I see that that shows up on lists all the time. I don't know if we've ever gotten it. I'm surprised
that is on these lists often. that we read.
Yeah.
Good.
No $2 Chuck. It's vegan.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that when they said best vegan product ever, I could think about 10 Italian wines that I get there that are $5 and they're delicious. That I'd put ahead of that. And $2 Chuck, what is that? Charles Shaw, is that the name of the real thing? I've kind of forgot about that. Like, do people still into that? I think it's $3 now, right? I think the price went up by 50%.
When it's no longer $2 Chuck, is it worth it?
I don't know.
It was never very good.
It really wasn't good.
No, we would get it. We would get it sometimes.
Yeah, I think everyone's been through a phase where they drink a lot of $2 Chuck.
Yeah.
Is the Cabernet? Is it always one thing, or do they have different varieties?
No, they have different varieties. White, red. Maybe
okay.
Maybe even a sparkling.
Good. All right. All right. Mr. Jeffrey says there was a vegan cold brew that I'm surprised wasn't on it. I didn't know about that. I'll tell you what I'm not surprised wasn't on it. The vegan hummus wrap, veggie wrap thing in the refrigerator section. That thing was terrible. All right.
Yeah.
The vegan dips. There was a ton of vegan dips from there, like that buffalo cauliflower thing.
Oh yeah.
And many others.
Oh, I had that on the 4th of July. It was very good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised. Not many. I mean, I don't think any dips made it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, I'm gonna get that one that you said was so good. That seems pretty good, and that crunchy pepper, onion pepper stuff. That's
yeah.
All right, good. Well, that was a much less awkward show than
it was. It's nice to be back, Matt.
I think the internet was to blame. I really do. I think the timing got messed up, and then it just felt awkward. So I'll be in this room again tomorrow, and then I'll fly to Europe, and then maybe Friday. Who knows? I don't know how it's going to go. What the internet will be like there, but we'll see. But thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yes.
I hope you're enjoying your summer, enjoying your July. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you on Tuesday, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, as always. And stick with us. You'll make it to our year anniversary episode, whenever we deem that to be.
Stick with us. Can't promise it's going to get any better, but
no.
But stick around to find out.
We will make it at least to a year mark before we say this thing, before we shutter this thing, like a Chipotle pizza joint.
Oh, come on, Matt! Don't threaten. Don't threaten the shuttering. We're not even talking about that.
No, we actually aren't. Thinking about it, not talking about
it. Oh, is that so? This is news to me.
No, it's not. But just the summer break has been good for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
All right, talk to you later.
Way to end on an awkward note, Matt. That was good.
All right.